And so often the client says, "अरे but इसमें मजा नहीं आ रहा है."
ये कैंपेन वायरल कर दो, मुझे वायरल कर दो. It doesn't work like that.
You do your business, let us do our work.
Me and the social media head at the Lost Project.
I am Avni. I used to be the social media head at the Lost Project. So what are we here to talk about today?
Ever changing social media trends.
Yeah, primarily I think what we're also talking about is how we came from traditional marketing, brands investing completely now only in digital marketing.
When I was studying mass media, people were telling me that, oh, advertising, like, it's boring.
Everyone is doing marketing.
Needed a social media account, and there's
Yeah.
still so many people who want to be on it but don't know how to, or they're looking to be an influencer. And you, as an influencer yourself,
Yeah. I think the biggest thing that has changed is that traditional marketing in today's day, I feel like it's a one time very big investment, like for example, like a hoarding or a TV ad or something like that. A one time investment is a very big cost, and we're unable to exactly pinpoint as to what are the kind of people that it has reached.
Yeah.
Which is we can't exactly calculate the impact, but with social media and digital media, I think it made it's so easy for brands and agencies to track back and see what campaign has worked and what has not worked in terms of sales by actually identifying which are the people that it's reaching.
there's no like exact number, or you don't know if your right target audience has like seen it.
Yeah.
Whereas on social media and all the other platforms, you can see like where that person came from.
Yeah. Like for a hoarding, once it's up for 30 days.
Yeah.
But like for a Facebook ad or like an Instagram ad, you can actually change it midway if it's not responding well.
Yeah.
And that liberty is something that traditional marketing doesn't have.
Exactly.
I think it started off somewhere around lockdown.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people eventually also became like full-time influencers. I don't know about you also.
Yeah.
Through it, and they
Yeah.
actually, like you've told me that people have left IT jobs because they were making
Yeah.
such good money becoming influencers.
Yeah. I feel like it was a great industry to be in till about a year ago because, as the name suggests, an influencer is a person that has the ability to influence people. And that was through the kind of content that they were creating for the brands or for certain products or services. But I feel like along the way, the sense of it kind of got lost because now every other person thinks they're an influencer. Because everyone wants to be an influencer.
Yeah.
People with 2, 3, 4,000 followers also think they're an influencer. And that's where I think the differentiation between a content creator and an
Yeah.
influencer comes out. So would you like to like kind of tell me what you think the difference between a content creator and an influencer is?
So I think from a marketing agency or like a marketing point of view in general, influencers are something that's really amazing for getting that reach. And if you have the right influencers, if they have your right target audience for your product or service, it could be a great way to reach them. But
Yeah.
as you said, it's becoming like every second person is an influencer now.
Yeah.
And people are also realizing that okay, they're just getting paid. Even with influencers, I feel at this point it's like a hit or miss.
Yeah.
Like we've done a lot of influencer campaigns for one of our clients. Somebody with 50K followers got like 3K reach.
Yeah.
And somebody with like 7K followers got 25K reach.
Correct.
So it was like sometimes it can work, sometimes it cannot,
Yeah.
but you at least get to see the statistics right there.
Yeah. That also means that a person with 3K followers probably knows its audience right. If they know their audience right, the capacity of your content reaching the right people is much higher as against someone who has say a 50K follower base has started from somewhere.
Yeah.
But with the brand deals coming in and the money coming in, their audience and their content has gotten so diluted
Yeah.
that the ability to reach there's a reason that audience followed that influencer.
Yeah.
Because I think also a lot of influencers fail to understand their niche.
Yeah.
They're all over the place. So if I, for example, if I started as a travel influencer or as a lifestyle influencer and I go into say science or something like that, or talking about technology, my follower base is probably not going to engage with it.
Yeah.
And which is why if I pick up a brand or if I start working with a brand or talk about that brand, my followers are not going to, engage within, which is why the concept of ads come in, or
Yeah.
paid follow base
Yeah.
comes in. A content creator is someone that creates content
Yeah.
whose aim is to entertain people.
Yeah.
And influencers are someone that want, to influence their people, and people like watching their stuff.
Yeah. Content creator, with content creators, I feel it's like you have to have the right brand for that particular or right
Yeah.
kind of products or services for a content creator.
Yeah.
Whereas an influencer can usually, and a lot of them actually do, like they'll mostly,
Yeah.
as long as they're getting money,
Yeah.
they'll sell it.
Yeah, correct.
And that's where that niche problem comes in.
Yeah.
Because like even when we are doing this campaign, or even before all the campaigns, the previous campaigns that I've worked on, all the influencers I've spoken to have barely even asked me what the product is, what the service.
Correct.
It just gets down to, okay, how much money,
How much you're
and how
paying.
much, like negotiation, this, that,
Yeah.
what to do.
Yeah.
And it's like the difference, it's kind of off-putting. As a marketing person also, it's off-putting that you're not even asking me what the brand is, what the product is, what are you
Correct.
selling.
Correct.
So now when I look at influencer content, I will never buy anything that they sell.
Yeah, exactly. No, I understand, because, say, for example, there is someone that is primarily a skincare influencer.
Yeah.
Every other day, that influencer is talking about some different skincare product.
Yeah.
And then that comes as a question wherein, okay, so which of these products do you actually use? Which
Yeah.
of these products do you actually believe in?
Exactly.
Because your skin is so great, which of these products are you actually using?
Yeah.
And that is also something that comes in my mind, because I have moved on from being an influencer to a content creator, wherein, although I do pick and choose based on what product really pays me well sometimes, or sometimes that I would like to use, but right now I'm creating content around family, around, travel, around lifestyle that works for me. But of course, if there is a brand that is coming and paying me well, there is a little bit of a value question where, should I really stick to my values and say no to the brand, or should I just go ahead and do it for the money? And I'm sure, like me, a lot of other people are going through it.
Yeah.
But it is, like you said, it has become a full time job where people are actually leaving well paying jobs to do this, which means the industry is huge.
Obviously.
Yeah. So, but also, I think the reason that influencer campaigns or influencers started 4 5 years ago was because I think brands realized that influencers are normal people
Yeah.
that their customers can engage with. So when customers see influencers talking about this, the relatability is much higher.
Yeah.
And which is why customers think they can purchase it. कि अरे वो influencer कर रहा है तो मैं भी कर सकता हूँ, or even I can buy it. But now there is a new term which I realized, which is called celebrity influencers, which is influencers that have become celebrities.
Yeah.
And so it has become the same thing. The reason people moved away from celebrity endorsements to influencers, and now are even moving away from influencers and believing more in UGC, which is user generated content, wherein they're more than willing to provide free products and services to normal customers and giving them the liberty to curate any kind of content that they want,
Yeah.
than paying influencers and saying, Acha, now you create the content.
Yeah.
Because now people have started realizing that these are not legit,
Yeah.
feelings.
Yeah.
They're just being paid to do something like that.
And a lot of times, even when they don't get the reach, sometimes they even like boost their stuff,
Exactly.
which people don't realize.
Yeah.
So like you can't always trust that, but it is also something that will not go away very soon, considering
Yeah.
that is still a great funnel to like have that reach and have that like people at least getting that awareness that
Yeah.
okay, fine, I will not use the product, maybe what an influencer says, but I
Correct.
will at least look into what it is.
Yeah.
So it's not like a completely dying trend.
Yeah.
But eventually, yes, like you said, like most people are saying that now eventually people are moving to UGC, and
Yeah.
people are moving to probably, like, I would personally prefer ads maybe,
Yeah.
because it's way easier to track the reach and get that reach without much,
Correct.
like, depending on the bid, a little high or low, but you know your pricing,
Yeah.
you know there's like a higher ratio in terms of what you get back.
Correct, absolutely. So there was a time where people have left well-paying jobs and
Yeah.
have done this 24/7. And now there's a very big set of people that are going back to
Yeah.
jobs and doing this on the side.
Yeah.
I am one of them as well, where I have left a well-paying job and done content creation throughout, and I have gotten so diluted and so bored, and so there's so much monotony in it
Yeah.
that I have now gone back to doing proper work and doing this on the side because I feel like there is so much pressure in this field.
Yeah.
And it's not easy to. I remember a couple of people doing podcasts and doing creating videos on this and saying, अरे it's so cool because you get up और तुमको जब चाहिए तुम videos बनाओ, जब चाहिए editing करो, जब चाहिए post करो, and you're getting
Sure.
paid for it. It's not easy.
Yeah.
It can actually get quite boring.
Boring, and also like it's your, at the end of the day you have to keep at it because that is your revenue,
Exactly.
or you have to go back to the 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Like that's like a very, that is pressure at the end
Yeah,
of the
you
day.
need to have that much mind space to come up with that kind of
Yeah.
creativity every single day. And it's not easy.
That's why a lot of people can't come up with it, but
Exactly.
to some extent they're trying.
Yeah. And which is why I think the question between someone post every day, even if it means they post mediocre content, or would you rather have someone that posts good content but maybe once or twice a week?
You can give your best in one post, it could do nothing.
Right.
So I'm not saying post every day, but in this current scenario, it's just about keeping the consistency and
Correct.
posting a little over quantity, let's say like 20, 25 out of 30 days.
Yeah.
So I think the chance of that reach, it will eventually increase.
Yeah.
But it's like a hit or miss. Like
Yeah.
usually very cringe content is the first thing that gets viral. Like we heard this all the time कि
Yeah.
viral कर दो, ये campaign viral कर दो, मुझे viral कर दो. It doesn't work like that. No
Yeah.
viral campaign, very few, like barely 10% of the viral campaigns were designed with the thought of making it only viral.
Correct. Absolutely.
Everybody wants everything to go viral. That's why
Yeah.
nothing can go viral.
Yeah. That's
Like
funny.
how
Yeah.
our client has asked us so many times that, oh, like make it viral. Why am I not getting calls like
Yeah,
right away
yeah,
and
yeah,
this
yeah.
and that? I'm like, if it was that easy, then every single ad
Correct.
agency in the world would have crores of business every month.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It doesn't work like that.
So now we're talking about influencers, we're talking about content creators. I want to talk a little about brands and their mindset
Yeah.
and clients
Mhm.
because like you said, a lot of brands come to us and say, I want to make this viral,
Yeah.
or I want to, I want something crazy, I want something like creative, give me like something no one has done.
Yeah.
And we as an agency sit on it and work so particularly, and we actually jot things down based on the brief that we have received.
Yeah.
And then there's this one point where, okay, we've done our work,
Mm.
we go to the client, and before posting or going live with it, we sit and talk to them. And so often the client says, "Arey, but isme maza nahi aa raha hai. This is not fun." And how pissing off is that?
The response in my head is maybe go drinking then if it's not fun. Or do something that you enjoy, because this is not supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
This is like, as an agency we can give you, okay, your idea is this,
Yeah.
whether it picks up or not is the algorithm. It's what is happening right now on social media, whatever is going
Yeah.
trending and everything. So that changes because people are consuming content. And what's the point of going viral at this point? I would say, like, having that consistency and increasing brand value with that consistency is much better, because today's viral is 2 days.
Yeah.
People forget about it on the third day.
That's true, but I also feel like when it comes to clients, when it comes to brands, I have this, I want to let them know, and I want to tell clients all the time that, see, boss, there's a reason you've come to us,
Yeah.
right? You've come to us because you think we're the experts.
Yeah.
And when we go to them with a strategy, or when we go to them with a plan, rather than saying इसमें मजा नहीं आ रहा है, I would like them to just say that, okay, ठीक है, go ahead with this, try this out. There is a possibility it may not work, but if
Yeah.
it's coming from us, Trust us with the fact that we've gone through the market research, we've kept in mind what you want us to do, and which is why we're coming up with this plan. More often than not, we've heard clients come to us and say, but I don't think this is right. See, as a client, you're thinking from one person's perspective, अरे मुझे नहीं पसंद आया.
Yeah.
Or you're going to ask your mother, your father, your boyfriend, your sister and say
Yeah.
कि अरे मुझे ये पसंद नहीं आया. But when we come up with something like this, we don't keep person preferences in mind.
Yeah.
Right? You've come to us because you don't have understanding of marketing.
Yeah.
I love to say this, and I've said this to so many people. You do your business,
Yeah.
let us do our work.
ours.
And as marketers, it's really sad when brand owners come and tell us, नहीं पर ये blue color change करो, पर ये text कम करो. Do not micromanage. Because I'm not going to tell you how to run your business. You are that expert.
Yeah.
And if I tell you, you're going to stop working with me.
In this case, client is not always right.
Yeah.
And like one more like again, that on that point itself, that eventually when we try certain things, there is a graph to like maybe 2 months down the line, something we did like 3 months ago
May not work.
may work actually,
Okay.
or somebody could pick something up, or its reach could suddenly increase,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
that could go to the link or whatever. But what happens when people come to us saying 3 months down the line or something that, oh, abhi tak business nahi aaya, oh,
Yeah.
abhi tak, like, what do you think about the difference between marketing and sales in this aspect?
I'd like to say very clearly, which we've told all clients, marketing can drive sales. Marketing is not sales.
Yeah.
So, and this is something that majority of the marketing and advertising agencies tell all clients. When we start something new, give us 3 months. You cannot say एक महीने का रिटेन और पे करने के बाद अरे हमें तो कुछ रिजल्ट्स ही नहीं दिखाई दे रहे.
Yeah.
You can't, it's like a relationship. You can't say today I'm dating, tomorrow I want to get married. You can't convert it into sales immediately.
You did.
That's good. But I knew him for so long. That's a good.
Not in this case.
Not in this case, yeah. You need to let it brew.
Yeah.
You need to give us some time. And you also can't say कि नहीं मैं इस marketing agency के साथ था 2 महीने के लिए. Now pick up from where they left off.
Yeah.
We can't do it. There's a reason that didn't work and you've come to us.
Yeah.
Not just us, but any agency that you go to, marketing agency that you go to, give it 3 months. Give them time to settle down. Put some trust in them, and please do not come to them in a month and say मुझे results नहीं दिखाई दे रहे हैं. That's not fair. Another thing that I would also like to talk about is how majority of the marketing has gone video content or visual content driven.
Yeah.
It's no more just about posting flyers or posting
Yeah.
graphics and saying कि अरे इसमें से अभी मेरा sale होना चाहिए.
Yeah.
It's majority video driven, which is why reels work better than photos.
Yeah. And even though now Instagram has like they've introduced the carousel reels or whatever, but I still feel as a user it is much easier to scroll that
Yeah.
and watch that for 10 minute, 20-second, whatever, how
Yeah.
much ever you want, and just scroll it.
Yeah.
Who wants to do that?
Correct.
Like people are just like this, like this, like this.
Exactly.
So, and with videos, I feel like you can give them how it's looking, what the experience of the product, service,
Yeah.
or in general anything. There's a better chance of people engaging or wanting to look at it.
Yeah.